think I got it. Okay. All right. I think we are good. All right. Yeah, first day, there's going to be some hiccups, so here we are. Anyway, let me go ahead and get everything going. Perfect. All right. All right. Can I help you? Nope. All right. All right, so sorry for the technical difficulties. First time doing this, trying to link OBS with Restream. I got to learn something new every day. But anyway, so here we are, day one of walking every step in real life that I'm taking in game. Trying to see how long it takes me to get to max level. Been thinking about this for a long time. Always been curious how far or how fit I could get if I walked as much as my characters did in video games. So figured we put it to the test. I need to get more steps in. What better time than when I'm, typically just wasting time sitting on my butt. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me record what my current steps are today so I can make sure that I track it. All right, 291, and we will we'll get going. Go ahead, sync my stuff. All right, grab the first quest. Oh, don't run. Come back. Put them in walk mode. All right, there we go. Go hit some wolves. I wish I could simulate the actual fighting. maybe with like what's it called? Like a baseball bat and a punching bag or something behind me would be handy. But for now, I'm happy to just do the walking as I play. Yeah, this is going to take a lot longer than normal. How's everybody doing this morning? Don't mind me trying to get some coffee in. It's a little early, not used to it yet. All right. Definitely would not want to do the rest of this in real life. The walking around's fine, but walking up and hitting wolves with a hammer. Make sure that my watch is tracking my steps, which I don't know if it is or not. It is. We're good. Typically within about an hour and a half, 2 hour period, I'm hitting 10,000 steps. I'm curious how far that'll get me in here in Elwyn. Wondering if I can quite hit level 10. Once we get level 10, this is going to get a little bit easier because then I'll have the one button and won't have to, pay attention so much. Not that with modern WoW you really have to pay attention much. The leveling's fairly streamlined. Alright, now walk back. The auto walk feature is pretty nice, so I can drink my coffee and get steps in. One thing that I've thought about ever since I've been playing this game for over 20 years, fairly soon after it came out originally, so not to date myself, but I know I've had this conversation dozens of times where you kind of just get to a lull where you've been playing it on and on for months on end, and you're like, man, if I could just walk or exercise as much as my character, especially back in Classic, when, you know, before you literally ran everywhere. Now in Modern WoW, you get a mount at like level 10. But if I had to walk around and fight as much stuff as my character, how fit I'd be. So it's kind of the idea here. We'll see. Have my starting weight this morning, see where I get to. Try this every day, see what happens within a month, how far I can get. Put in about 2 hours, 2 hours a morning, time that I would typically spend sitting on my butt, and try it. Ignore the dogs, they're attacking the cat in the background, so if you're hearing some shenanigans, it's out of my control. They have a mind of their own. Hey Tress, do you want to not knock my fan down? Appreciate you. Let me see here. These spies are not hidden very well if you really think about it. You just kind of see them. I've seen a lot of them. Don't know what there is to spy on up here. If one of you are out there, will you do me a favor and type something in the chat? Trying to see if I have it working. I've been having some technical difficulties this morning.
Good morning in the chat.
Why is my chat not working? Everything is broken this morning. Might have to take a second and mess with it. But that's the main goal with a lot of this, is just starting before you're ready. Alright, so character stopped. I'm stopped for a second. Let's see if I can fix the chat, because if you guys are talking to me, I want to be able to see it. Oh, I see somebody saying something. Yeah. Alright. Do you want to try typing something else? I'm getting chat from YouTube, looks like, but I don't know if I'm getting in from TikTok. Let me look. Channels, chat, channels. TikTok live monitor. Alright, how do you drink coffee in the morning? For whatever reason, it doesn't show up. Let me just go like this. I'm going to have to figure this out and be better with it tomorrow. But I don't know what I don't know. So half of the battle is just doing the thing. Alright, we'll get back to it. I'm going to go hit another guy in the head with a hammer. Muted myself. How do I drink coffee in the morning? Out of a cup. Typically, I like to have some no carb, no calorie sweetener, but trying to cut back as much as I can. But I also like some half and half too. When I'm fasting, obviously not. I can drink it black. It's just not my favorite way. If I go somewhere, more than often it's going to be like a cold brew with half and half and no carb sweeteners. Oh yeah, no, hydrate, I got you here. I got about 50 ounces of water with me and another bottle near me in case that one runs out in the middle of the stream. So almost 100 ounces of water here, so I should be good for the next 2 hours. If I'm not, I'll run off screen real quick, but no, should be good. I appreciate looking out though. All right, turn this in. Yeah, the main goal with a lot of this is just taking my most sedentary habits, because I've been playing video games since I was a kid. You know, started with a Sega, Sonic the Hedgehog. And the majority of those have just been sitting on your butt. And at the moment, I'm too heavy to get one of those virtual reality walking pads. I would need 2 of them, strap them to my feet like shoes. So the goal would be to lose enough weight to, maybe one day have one that I could fit in. Even a lot of them that I could potentially fit in weight-wise, height is never going to fit. So they're not one size fits all. That's been the biggest myth of my life. So, all right. Grab these and then go bash some goblins and revive some dudes. They need to hydrate. Look at them, they're all passed out. All right, so that's it for the coffee this morning. All the energy I need. Really need to figure this stuff out. I didn't know that I would have to. It kept, when I first started the stream this morning, it was putting it under a previous event that I had scheduled, so it wasn't showing up where it was supposed to. So I had to go back and fix that right quick. Not exactly sure why it's doing that, but I'm gonna move this fan a little bit while I fight this guy. Blow it up at me. Let's cool my legs down. That's not doing me any good. Alright. Do I want to fight the elite? It's extra experience. It's not in the rules that I can't, so I'm going to go hit him with a hammer next. Now that I think about it, I probably have some extra abilities I should put on my action bar. Put that there. Put that there. Alright. Loot him. How's everybody else's morning going so far? Bam. Bam. Remember when this game used to be challenging? Not so much anymore. Oh, a little upgrade there. Same level. An extra armor. That'll save me. These goblins have no chance now. Let's move my coffee cup out of the way. Got the water. Really looking forward to later today. It was my birthday this last week, so we gonna go. It was Wednesday, so we couldn't really do too much, but going to a Brazilian steakhouse today for lunch. So let's probably go there maybe once or twice a year. So pretty excited. If you guys have never been, I definitely recommend it. It's if you eat meat, that is. If you don't, then just definitely don't go. Salad bar is great, but it's not the main attraction. There's a few of them that I was seeing people talking about going to, like Fogo de Chao. I've only ever been to the one here in town, so would like to try some other ones. I think the closest one to me is like Kansas City, Missouri, though, so would really have to make a special trip for that. Hey, dude, I don't want to step on you. Can you, not be there? Appreciate it. All right. Hope these messages are working. The cool thing about this is It's something that like I said before, played for over 20 years, so it's kind of second nature, just kind of walking through it. So you can go hands-free with your auto walk, chit-chat, do other stuff. Not a lot of bandwidth going into it. So I figured that this would be the first game, first challenge. Would make the most sense just because it's something I'm so comfortable with. It's not going to affect like hand-eye coordination like a shooter or something would. So let's go ahead. I even unbound my jump key. Right? 'Cause I'm so accustomed to when I'm playing just like jumping around. But those don't count towards steps because I'm not going to do that here, or else I'll break something, either my desk or myself. Alright. Okay, this is taking more steps quicker than I thought it would. We're already at about 1,300 for the day. So, it'd be really cool if I could somehow simulate the combat to get like a punching bag behind me, where I go into the combat with a bat and just beat the crap out of the punching bag. Probably wouldn't be able to do it very long. That would be tiring. Or, I am playing a paladin. I would need to do something with like a hammer and tires. That would be exhausting. Walking through the water in mail armor, I'd be chafing so bad it's not even funny. Really wondering if my chat feature is working. It's been giving me trouble already today. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone while I do it and investigate. Alright, put out that fire. It's like me during the week just running around putting out fires. Nope, didn't get it in time. Alright. I'm gonna need you to stop putting out the close fires, dude. I appreciate it. Thanks. Really looking for level 10 with the one button. Then I could even pay less attention to what I'm doing. Can I get that one? Maybe. Nope. Okay. Oh, dog's ringing the bell. Want to go out? So I've had this idea for probably over a year now, wanting to, well, I've had this idea for a lot longer, but thinking about doing this exact thing with it has been an idea that's been brewing for over a year now. Been putting it off because I didn't have everything that I would like to. I think a lot of us, we really do that where I'm wanting to do something. I know I should do something. I know it's going to be better for me to do the thing, but you keep putting it off until it's perfect, and it'll never be perfect, especially because you don't know what it would take to be perfect because you haven't started yet. So kept delaying it, and here we are a year later, where if I would have been doing this most days of the week for the last year, I would be significantly better off. So the whole start messy, the start before you're ready concept really is something that I've struggled with. I know a lot of other people have too, where they'll talk about, hey, I really want to do XYZ thing, and then you follow up with them a month later, a year later, they're still talking about it. Right? So started this not exactly where I'd like to be. No, I don't have a walking pad. I feel a little bit goofy just walking in place, but it's it's better than just sitting here thinking about it. I'll be able to get better at it quicker because I know, what's not working. Like this morning, starting the stream off and it routing to the wrong thing. Didn't know that was a thing. You'll never know unless you get started. So that's my big takeaway with a lot of this is I may be doing this in the dumbest way possible. Likely I am doing it in the dumbest way possible in a couple areas, but I'll never figure that out without trying. So that's the takeaway today for anybody out there. Let's look. I don't even know if my chat and everything's still working. So if you guys are messaging or saying anything and you don't hear me say it, it's because everything's broken. Because like I said, I don't know what I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Alright. Chat doesn't link here. Don't know why. It was working before. I'm going to have to adjust it. It'll be better tomorrow. And the next day. So. See where we're at right now. About 1,800 steps. Perfect. Alright, that's level 5. Halfway to one button. Alright. How's everybody else's morning going? Throw you up here. Really wish I had another cup of coffee. Gonna have to adjust this being my mornings. Try and wake up a little bit sooner to get some coffee in. Yeah, I know. I saw him do that. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to be rude. I was gonna throw something at him. Wonder if there's a slash hitchhiker animation. See if I can hop in the passenger seat. I seen it was a sidecar. I'm thinking for this first challenge, I'm going to go through as much of the old world content as I can until I have to go to the newer stuff. So, go from Elwyn to Westfall to, Lakeshire, Darkshire, all the stuff, until it makes me go somewhere else. So, what's cool about this is there's so much content with this between classic and all the different zones and stuff that this could be a challenge that I do for a while. Really worried about doing it in classic because it would take significantly longer and it's significantly more difficult. Not that it's hard, but here I can do it on autopilot, literally, no hands, one button. So I'll have to think about that, but this first challenge, figured it would be nice and easy enough. Proof of concept, start before I'm ready, before I take on too much, because that's been something that I've done always. Doing too much too soon, burning out. So trying to start with just enough to prove the concept, but also to build the habit up before I start adding more and more and more. Doing too much too fast, it just, it's a pitfall a lot of us fall in. Alright, so go back, turn this in, and we're officially done with the Northshire area. Go down to Goldshire. Man, is it bad that I know everything about this? I've played it way too much. Good morning. Drinking some coffee. Yeah, I already had my coffee. It's gone now. I miss it. But how do you take your coffee in the morning? I've been trying to transition from doing half and half and stevia to more black, especially since I'm fasting through the morning. I'm trying to not eat until at least after 12. Well, I've played it enough for the both of us, so it's been since pretty soon after it first launched. If that's dating myself, so over 20 years. If I can not drip on myself, that'd be great. I'm going to send a message to a couple people, ask them how everything looks, if it sounds bad, looks bad. Alright. Gotta walk around stuff. I unbound the jump button. Nope, I can walk over that. Alright. Black with a pinch of salt. I've actually never tried salt in my coffee. That's interesting. I might have to try that with drinks.
Had that element.
Oh yeah, I've had element packs. That's a little bit salt, but I think it had, was it like a cocoa flavor? Chocolate? Salted caramel. Yeah, that was pretty good. It was more than a pinch though. Element salty. First date with my new mouth. Yeah. That's me with everything. When I'm eating, when I'm drinking water. I don't know. So I get a new one every day. All right. Okay, so now for the trek down to Goldshire. Alright, I got confirmation that this doesn't look awful and it sounds alright, so wanted to make sure. Housing. It is weird playing this though, after playing it for so long, not having, alright, let's learn that, not having it, do I want the two-hand? Yeah, I want the two-hand. Not having it, first off, running, second off, level 5. I should have a mount right now. I'm used to this stuff just being given to me with heirlooms, full sets of gear, all that stuff day one. So it's a little bit different for me. Is my walking synced with the game? Kinda. In the sense that I put him in walk mode and I'm just walking along while he's walking. It's nothing fancy, no crazy setup. I don't even have a walking pad yet. I'm just walking in place, trying to do the best approximation that I can. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but if I waited until it was, I might never do the thing. So that's kind of the goal with this, is just start messy, do the stuff before you're ready. Even if it looks weird, feels weird, I'm better off for doing it than just waiting around. So kind of is the best answer for that. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I got here. So just walk it in place, put them in slash walk, see how many steps that I'm getting a day, play for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, or until I fall over out of exhaustion. So, but yeah, in goal, what I would like to do, if I could really sync it up, it would be have him walk when I'm walking, get like a punching bag behind me with like a little bat or something, so when I'm fighting an enemy I can hit the thing. That'd be a real workout, because these guys, these characters, they'd be pretty freaking fit by the time they hit level cap. All right. All right. Oh, okay. You were moving, and also the game thing with mapped. Strong bro. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Throw trash can lids at punching back. That'd be fun. They don't bounce back like that in real life though. I'd have to go bend over and pick it up. Yeah, it's kind of pseudo. Close enough for my purposes here to get started, because I don't know what I don't know. This is my first time really doing this. It would be something that I would just dwell on, because I've had this idea for over a year, where I've been kind of stewing on it. Well, I need to get this. I can get it started messy, right? I'll be further along if I do it messy than I would if I just sat around and thought about it, because I don't know what I don't know. This morning I turned my stream on and it was synced to the wrong thing. So I started it, stopped it, started it, stopped it, took screenshots, went to AI, said, fix it, it's broken. So I wouldn't know that unless I tried it. It'd be cool if the game developers can make. So I've seen people, they have those big walking VR pads where they have the thing on. And I seen another guy, he had like a motion tracker suit and it was synced to it. That's way out of my purview right now though. I would like one of those big trackpad walking things eventually. I would break them now. I would need one for each foot. And the ones that I seen, they're like, oh, it supports up to 300 pounds and 6'4". So no matter how much weight I lose, unless I lose, the bottom of my, from my ankles down, it's still not going to fit me. So really hoping that it catches up. One size fits all has been a myth for me. All right, let's think about how we're going to do this next set of quests in the smart way. I don't want to walk back and forth more than I have to. Bless you. Okay, he stopped, so I stopped. And I need to get a little bit better at that. Exactly, spend all the time figuring it out when the act doesn't go anywhere. Hey, I really appreciate that. And I'd like to think I'm the GOAT for that. It's something that I've done the exact opposite of enough to know better. I don't learn my lesson the first time. It took 30 or 40 of them. Maybe map web cam for... That'd be cool. Like I said, I think I seen somebody doing something like that. I can't remember. It'd been a while ago when I first had this idea. I seen somebody, because it starts feeding you the similar stuff to what you're looking for. And I think I remember seeing him. He wasn't like walking, but like he was lifting his legs, and that would do the walking. But he was running and mounted and stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's weird because I'm typically not a procrastinator with a lot of stuff. It's just with this stuff that I'm, more unsure about. It's well, I might want that. Not better. A little bit better. That 2 armor is really going to save me out there, guys. I need it. Let's get rid of that. Don't need a Hearthstone because I'm not going to use them. By the way, I'm not using Hearthstones either. Alright, let's walk out of here. Oh yeah, now I look... That's sharp. Alright, get the barrel out of there. I do eventually, I think the next upgrade that I'm going to do with this, once I get it a little bit better figured out with OBS and everything, is get a second camera. That'll be like side view, because right now you just kind of got to see my shoulders moving back and forth, but especially, by the time I eventually get a walking pad, have something where you can kind of shift camera views, I think will be the first main upgrade that I need to do. But, I may discover something else first. I think that's something I can even use my phone cam for, but I don't know. Trying to do it in the easiest way possible first. That way I build that habit, because once I'm used to doing it every day, it'll be nothing to start adding little bits here and there. All right, let's look here. Okay, we're going down first. Let's walk around. So let's just cut through here. Yeah, I saw that. I think I'd have to find like a long enough USB cord to kind of get it somewhere, because here I'm kind of here in a corner, so I would need it somewhere over there. Plus I'd have to clean a little bit more because you never really see. But yeah, I think that would be the next thing that I do. That, or experiment with like a cheap webcam that I could just set there and have permanently somewhere that I could click back and forth to. But for now, be a little bit nervous walking down this in real life. Break both my legs. other than that, I'm not sure exactly what I would want to be my next. Well, yeah, I do. Eventually, I think the next obvious thing would be a walking pad. Like I said, I tried this a year ago because I have a full-size treadmill, but it's so hard to get, because I have my standing desk. It's so hard to get it high enough to go over like the big front thing treadmills get, and it just looked weird. I was way back and it was loud. I'm like, well, I can't really do that. It's too much of a hassle to move it back and forth. It doesn't fit this way, so I had to move my computer this way and with a weird background. So Palidometer is his name. He a paladin and a pedometer, right? Easy peasy. There's a lot of good ones out there. There's better ones for sure, but this was fairly on the nose. So yeah, I should adjust the a unit frame so maybe it can be seen better in the game or in the stream with this whole photo of me in the way. All right, let's go down here and smash some kobolds. Yeah, it's kind of loud, and when I'm walking on it, I don't know. It's an older treadmill, so maybe a newer one would be better, but at that point, I'm still fighting the look over the big handrest, having it look at me. Weird angle far away, because the computer screen would probably be, I don't know, 6 foot from me to have it set up, so it'd be harder to see and read chat and stuff. So I think the obvious thing would be the walking pad that can go right up like I am right now. I tried it with a controller as well, if I was going to be further away, instead of trying to string my keyboard and mouse and everything up over the front of the treadmill. But it won't walk like you can with a keyboard, because on a keyboard you can have it set to walk. You can have it auto walk where you don't even need your hands. But with a controller, you had to hold the joystick just enough to walk but not to run. So it was just more of a pain, and it was trying to do too much too soon. That when I started this, tried to do it a year ago, killed it for me. It was just too much work. Wasn't going to do it, especially before I had the habit. Good morning, Brian. How are you doing? It's yeah, I could. It's just then I'd have to buy a laptop. I just have my desktop here. So it's like, what's more expensive, a walking pad or it's just a balancing act. But that was where I was like, you know what, I'm already doing the stuff. If I just put it into practice and figure it out as I go, it may be something that I can move around if I do end up having a laptop that I can put over there. But I think a walking pad's a little bit cheaper than a laptop anyway, plus the camera angle, you'd be looking up at me. I don't know. It's just a learning curve. One of the things I had to do too, because what I originally did is I had to try the treadmill, and I would try to set a board across the arms so that I can rest the keyboard and mouse there. But it was too low, right? You ever try using a keyboard that's like lower than your waist, right? So I had to get like pool noodles and cut them and try and stack it up. So it was all precarious. If you see it, it looked goofier than me just walking in place. So it was goofy, but I like this significantly better so far. It's something that I can just turn on. I stand up at my desk. I start walking in place. Like I said, I think the first two things I need to do is second camera and the walking pad. I think would be the next big thing. But really, I'm not in a hurry. These steps still count. It's more than I was doing, where I was just sitting on my butt playing games. So I think it's a good starting spot. And like I said, it's all up from here. So if this is the worst it's ever going to be, that's not bad. It's something that I can do consistently and not dread, right? Like trying to set that up last time, every time before a stream was It was dreadful. If you put too many barriers between you and what you're trying to do, you're just not going to do it. So it needs to be stupid simple, especially for somebody like me that, oh no, I messed up my diet today. I better break it for the next month. So, yeah, absolutely. That definitely is a win for now. So try to find the minimum viable product and do the thing. Appreciate you, Brian. How's your morning going? Having coffee? You a tea drinker? No coffee? You just white knuckle it through the day without caffeine? Appreciate you, other guy. I just realized by using the two-handed weapon and getting rid of the shield, I got rid of my holy power finisher. Whoops. Let me throw this on the bar. Oh well, it's not like this is hard. Oh, I wish I could go swimming. Do you go to like a Y? Do you have a pool yourself? My weekend's looking great, Brian. My birthday was Wednesday. We weren't able to do too terrible much. I had a nice tri-tip steak that we roasted, put candles in because I'm not eating carbs. But our plans was to go see The End of Oak Street, which is something I don't know if we're going to get to this weekend or not, but definitely a movie that piqued my interest. And today for lunch, we're going to the Brazilian Steakhouse. You go there maybe once or twice a year. It is the best. If you're a fan of meat, go to a Brazilian steakhouse. You get to try a bunch of different kinds, fill up. We're trying lunch. This is the first time I've ever been there for lunch. It's a bit cheaper, so I'm going to see how the service is then. Yeah, it'll be a great weekend. I got all my mowing and everything done yesterday because I knew I'd be starting this today, and I didn't want to do both in the same day, especially the first day of doing it, because I wasn't sure how I'd feel afterwards. And the yard, as long as, as far as yard work goes, if my yard is shorter than my neighbor's, that's good enough for me. It doesn't need to be ridiculous. And my new neighbor isn't a particular, avid mower, so I don't have to do it as much. Yeah, that movie, I really want to see it too. Bought a membership at the community pool. That's awesome. Is it like an Olympic size? Something where you can kind of go back and forth and do laps? Because I've always wanted to, be able to do that, go in the mornings at like a Y or something, and swim. I thought that'd be fun, but, is it something that gets crowded pretty quick? All right. I'm going to go over here, talk to these folks. Go back over here, talk to this person. A lot of back and forth with these well, this is Cataclysm, but with these early quests. Yeah, haven't been to lunch either. Yeah, no, I seen like they have like more of a limited menu where they don't have like all the specialty meats that they'll bring out for dinner, like the beef ribs and stuff like that, but they still have picanha, which is like my second favorite cut of meat, and quite a bit of the other stuff, so plenty of variety. So I'm like, well, I'll miss the beef ribs because they are fantastic, but yeah, for half the price, it's hard to beat. Plus, we were looking at like a Groupon, and you can get it for even cheaper. So we only have the one around here. I've never been to a different type, just that one. So 25 yards. I swim 36. Oh man. Well, I have a question then. If you're swimming that far, are you doing it like one style where it's freestyle overhand, or do you switch it up? I don't know that much about swimming. Didn't know if it was like a gym where different things work different muscles. All right, let's go hit Princess. Come back. Definitely nice having Princess over here, because back in Classic she was way over here, so it was back and forth, back and forth. This makes it a little bit less steps for me. I'm just thinking about, while doing this, what an actual Classic playthrough would feel like, and it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more. And I walk the rest of the hour. How long does 36 laps take? Is that something that you can do fairly quickly? I don't. 25 yard, 30. I'm not sure. I'm just curious. Well, that's what I'll need. If I end up in different sections where there's water and my character has to swim, it'd be nice to have a pool behind me that I can tread water in. Just have an answer for every situation they find themselves in. That'd be a little bit over the top, I think. All right. Turn this back in. And I think she's going to have me go over talk to Billy because he lost her necklace. Right? Yeah, going over here now. A lot of back and forth. I swim alternate style each lap. First lap freestyle, second lap my back modified. Okay. So does it work that way where, different types of strokes and stuff work different muscles? Is that why you do it, or just to kind of keep it exciting? Because I know like breaststroke, you're using more of the, I don't know, I guess it's all kind of working your back. I don't know. Yeah, this is actually a little bit more chill than I thought it'd be. I thought I'd be sweating a lot more by now. I'm gonna see, I'm at about 3,500 steps, so not bad for, typically by now I'd have 0 right, sitting on my butt for the last 40 minutes or 46 minutes. So definitely better, taking a sedentary hobby and turning it into something that might help me a little more long term. 40 minutes doing laps and 20 minutes in the resistance, you said, is the lazy river, just walking. That'd be fun. Low impact, just kind of fighting against the current. Yeah, that'd be a heck of a workout. I don't have a jump. I just unbound that, so normally it's trying to get over the habits that I normally have when I played regular, where you're jumping over everything. When you're playing, you're jumping up and down. It's kind of odd. I'm going to have to figure some stuff out. Apparently, everybody sending messages can't see the other messages. So it sounds like I'm talking to ghosts. Okay, well, I'm going to make notes of that and figure it out for tomorrow's stream. Yeah, this is all the stuff that you wouldn't know ahead of time. You're going to face all the same problems that you would have if you sat around for a year planning the thing. So, another point in the win column for just doing the thing before you're ready. Freestyle is harder, takes more effort, and I am just starting out. Yeah, I've swam, a lot, but never. Yeah, well, so Brian, yeah, I see that. Can you see anybody else over there? See the chat, or is it just that one? I don't know why none of this is doing that. This is what YouTube looks like. That's odd. Well, I'm going to have to figure it out, but hey, successful day 1. I think part of it might be, so I linked OBS and I'm using a Restream to stream to multiple platforms. So it was synced with OBS, but when I started it, it went to a different live, a previous one, not the one that I had scheduled. So I had to stop the stream, grab the stream key specifically for the live that I scheduled, and put it in. So I wonder if that's what's causing it not to show it all right. I don't know. It's new. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, ready to go live, and I press go, and it's not doing it. Uh-oh. Panic mode. So You can see some earlier people chatting. Okay. Well, I wonder. I don't know. That's a bit odd. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take screenshots and all this stuff and share it into ChatGPT later and say, make this not broken. Hello, ghosts. That is Travis saying that to everybody if you can't see it. Alright, we're about halfway apart for the day. I am level 6. Wondering if I could probably hit 10. Depending on how much back and forth I have to do. I'm going to step on a dog. They keep coming in and check on me because they think what I'm doing is weird. Hey, dude. Don't be there. You're going to get your paw stepped on. Oh, no. Oh. Thank you. Okay, laying there's an even worse idea. Come on. Go, 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 go. Sorry, dude. I know you want to be my buddy, but, like, be my buddy, like, a little further away. Yeah, we got the second dog, and he is a Velcro dog. So if I'm in the office, he's in the office. If I'm... Dude, seriously, you're gonna... Okay. Alright, I warned you. Do not wag your tail. You'll get stepped on. Another thing, a walking pad would help. Well, he actually might try and climb on that with me. I don't know. It might make it worse. No way of knowing. All right. Turn this one in, and then it's going to go back to that guy. Then back to Billy. All the way here, then up to there. I don't know. It's bad that I have enough memory of this to kind of just have a game plan. Yeah, classic would be significantly more. Right now, it'd probably be level 2. Talked about, as I get better at this, get more accustomed to it, do more different types of playthroughs too. You can have your standard one like this, a classic version. You can even do a classic hardcore, which would be terrifying because if your character dies, then you're done. So my husband is really interested in the movie you're going to see. Yeah, I don't know, Ewan McGregor, Anne Hathaway, and dinosaurs. It sounds great. I'm a sucker for a good dinosaur movie. Ever since the original Jurassic Park, watched it as a kid. And then in high school I read the book, found out Michael Crichton's awesome, and then he wrote most of the great movies from my childhood. So really fell in love with all that. And then, they're so few and far between when you get a good dinosaur movie. So when one comes out, definitely piques my interest. Yeah, I know the fence is a really significant obstacle when you don't have the space bar bound. So it's gotta walk around stuff. No Hearthstone. Honestly, the fence might be the biggest obstacle in modern WoW. Probably my favorite author, Ditto. Yeah, Jurassic Park, Congo, Sphere. He wrote for ER. Really, really ahead of his time. Jurassic Park 1 and 2, actually. Then it went off the rails a little bit when they went, without a playbook. I'll do it exactly one time, and then somebody's going to have to call for emergency medical services because I'll be laying there with a broken neck. Yeah. Yeah, Cheeto torpedo myself directly into a wall. Alright. I'll go get your necklace now. To be fair, that Billy stealing her necklace, kind of a real jerk. What's cool is this might be overpowered simply because I don't have to put any points in the movement speed abilities, right? So I get extra talent points that can go elsewhere. I'd be a real inconvenience in any dungeon group or any raid group, though. 100% not going to be walking much because I will be waiting to be rezzed. Having some I've been on a scrambled egg kick lately. There's so many different ways to cook eggs, and they're all great. They're so versatile. But, I mean, recently, 8-9 times out of 10, I've just been scrambling them. But, I mean, is there any truth to they gotta wait 30 minutes before going into the pool after eating because you don't want to get a cramp? I don't know if he's over there every night just stealing that necklace. You figured she'd lock it up a little bit better. She makes him a lot of pies. He should be heavier than me with as many pies as she makes him. Yeah, that Billy. Real jerk. Good thing I don't have to walk around these. From eating and swimming? Yeah, I think it's a myth. I think somebody's kid was being annoying, and they're like, oh, you can't go swimming yet, you ate. I think it was one of those old wives' tales. I've never had that happen. Unless you were eating like a really big meal, but then you wouldn't want to swim anyway. I don't know. I think it's made up. Can't get in for an hour. Oh, do you have like certain times when you're allowed to go? Like there's like a free swim in the morning for some people. All right, Gold Tooth, you're gonna give me that necklace back. After a big meal, I want to wait a day or two before I walk. Actually, it depends. If I'm eating something carb heavy, then I'm miserable after a big meal. Like, oh, I just chiefed a pizza. It's a little bit different though, switching the diet up like I have. I'll get full, but I won't be miserable. So that's a bonus. But yeah, no, still wouldn't want to go swimming or running afterwards. All right, give me that necklace, man. Whipping hammers at him. Yeah. I always forget other people have different time zones than me, especially over at stop running. Especially over at Washington. I'm in Iowa, so it's everything's Central Time. Yep, in Iowa. Really wish I had that shield for that finisher. Let's throw a heal on me. Actually, I should have another heal by now, right? Need to put on my bar. Nope, level 7. Sioux City? Okay. Yeah, over on the western side. I'm middle, fairly close to Des Moines. Midwest through and through, though. Never been out to Washington. We had some friends move out there for a little while recently, but they're back now. Just chewing on his bitty bone. All right, let's see where we're at. 4,600 steps. Not bad, actually. Plus, I'm not outside where it's going to be... I don't actually think it's going to be as hot today. Yesterday was miserable. I was sweating buckets. Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely Midwest nice is a real thing. Iowa nice is a real thing. I've only ever lived really in the Midwest. Grew up in Illinois, lived in Missouri for a little bit, and then now in Iowa. So really don't know anything different. So I can't really compare it. Yeah, I've seen that the Washington's driving people away. Like I said, my friends were out there, but not for long. They're already back. I mean, Iowa has its problems too with the super high cancer rates and all that stuff. So I think we're like the third worst for those cancer rates. Maybe second. I think Kentucky's the worst. Probably because of like coal, things like that. But we get all the nitrates and everything in the water from all the farms. I would like Washington's weather, though. I'm a big fan of overcast and rainy. Here in Iowa, I say, for people that don't know, I'll tell them, yeah, no, we got some pretty, rough weather this week. Like, oh, well, it gets hot here. I'm like, no, it does, though. The hottest I've seen it this year was heat index of 120. The coldest was negative 40 with wind chill. So you're talking 150, 160 degree temperature swing. We get all 4 seasons, but we get them good and hard, right? So... Okay. I mean, what are the good things that you like in Washington? It can't all be bad. Yeah, watch your tail, dude. I told you. Don't pretend I didn't. Misconception that it's the evergreen state. There are not a lot of evergreens there on that side, on the east side. Alright, back up to Goldshire, turn some quests in, back down. A lot of back and forth. I'm gonna finish up here, go here, come back down here, and then all the way to the east. Nope. I am really looking forward to the Brazilian steakhouse later today. Sand scrub sack. Really? Well, yeah, that makes sense, I guess, now I think about it, because Washington's super long. So you're going to have a lot of variety of terrain. Especially since part of it's there on the coast. Alright. Really? Well, so mowing's not really a problem. You just stop watering it and you're good. Right now, yeah, it's going to grow back up. We're going to get a little bit of rain. Just zonked out. Man, to be a dog, that'd be the life. So, what would you say your most sedentary habit is? Because obviously for me, trying to turn those moments where I'm just sitting, not doing anything, into something that gets me a little bit closer to my goal has been really the point of this. I know a lot of people, they, watch a lot of TV, they might, watch a lot of YouTube, stuff like that. I'm just trying to think of ways to take the things that I want to do, so I don't have to change everything about my life. I can still enjoy the things that I want to enjoy, but in a way that maybe adds a little bit of positive instead of, neutral or even negative. Like eating, changing my diet. Obviously, that's the biggest one that I can do. But things like this, where it's like, if I'm going to be sitting in front of a computer or in front of a TV for 2 hours, what can I do to make it just 1% better, so that it's that, dude, you're pushing into me, so that it's, lost my train of thought, my dog's crazy. Anyway, so that tomorrow a little bit more really adds up. We live close. Where's that though? Really? That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine specifically about that. It's like, well, what can I do when I know that I'm going to do the stuff that I enjoy? You know, getting rid of everything that you enjoy isn't something you're going to do for very long. You might do it for a little bit, and you might have some, gains, but you're going to, more often than not be able to do it consistently long term. And that's really what moves the needle for most of the stuff that you're wanting to do, is consistency over time, because that's what gets you where you don't want to go, is consistently doing the wrong things. So trying to find those moments where it's like, yep, I'm going to do this anyway. What adjustments can I make to, take it from neutral to positive, or from negative to neutral? True. Watching TV or movies is my worst, but when you have kids, you don't really get to stop. That's true. They keep you moving, so that's the secret, that is have more kids, right? It keeps you active. No. Well, I'm happy. That's awesome. Inspire you to move more. Yeah, I mean, that's really all it takes, is just doing more of the positive stuff, right? I can't really sit here and say, oh, I've lost 150 pounds, but I know how to gain it. Doing the opposite of that's got to be what works, right? Okay. All right. So looks like I'm gonna have to swim. I can bring in the kiddie pool behind me and just jump in. Do I have any other abilities yet? Not really paying attention. Yep, there's that one. Throw you over there. Being jumped by wolves. No, not yet. Thank you, though. I'm trying to think that if I'm fighting something and I'm not moving, should I stop? No. I'm gonna keep walking through it, because he's moving. Even if it's not steps, it still counts. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to, tit for tat. At least I think it is. Right, let's see where we're at before I swim. A little over 5,000. So awesome. Alright, let's not get overwhelmed by murlocs. That'd be awful. Uh-oh. My husband in the shop. I personally go with my husband to shop for and deliver Spark Walmart orders to get extra steps. Okay. How long have you been doing that? I've thought about it. Not really a big enough area to do much of it, probably. But just something to get me away from the computer, because the majority of my day is yapping here on the computer. That's why a lot of this was just like, well, I might as well. I'm already used to it. So I do, for work also spend a lot of time sitting. So that was another reason that I wanted to get the standing desk originally, where you sit for 8 to 10 hours straight and you're hurting after. I am trying to get more of the how to mimic swimming. I don't know. Like I said, I have a kiddie pool for the dogs in the backyard. I might just splash around in it. Okay. We have a friend that does that. She seems to like it. Amazon Flex. delivering? Can't me? She delivered for Amazon? He's been doing it for 16. Okay, so he's getting pretty good at it. 6 years now. Probably end up with regulars too. Did I get it? Okay. Swim back over. Swinging a hammer underwater. That's impressive, actually. I have no idea where she is. One thing I'm gonna have to make sure as well is when I do eventually get a walking pad, get one big enough. I had one once and I had to return it because it said it was rated for my weight, but the track, I guess is what you would call it, would get going and I would be walking, and if I short stepped, which you start doing a little bit when you're getting tired, it would and stop and I'd almost fall. So I'd want to make sure that when I do get one, I research it a little bit better. Make sure that it's up to the task, because that's one of the biggest things is being the size, stuff kind of just breaks right when it's not supposed to. I've broken a lot of chairs. He also does Uber and DoorDash, so he does all of it. he's just delivering all over Washington. I bet that'd be fun to do together, though. Put in an audiobook. That's my guilty pleasure. It's not even a guilty pleasure. It's just what I do. I don't really listen to music when I'm driving. It's a lot of audiobooks. I used to travel significantly more for work, where I'd be on the road 4 or 5 days out of the week. And it would be just constantly just listen to audiobooks. So my audiobook library is a little bit stacked. But yeah, doing it with somebody like that'd be more entertaining. Unless you get sick of them. Alright. Turn this in, then we gotta run back down here, and we gotta run way the heck over here. Well, not run. Mosey. Okay, do your thing. I can wait while he's brewing. Come on. There we go. Alright, and back to walking. One of my favorite things to do, if you haven't seen it, is it's called Road Trivia. Anyway, it's like trivia for road trips. You can find them on YouTube as well. That's one of our go-tos. It's just a lot of fun. Plus, there's like hundreds. The guy has like hundreds and hundreds of them, so you can find different seasons, different topics.
Yeah, you suck at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the best at it. Yeah, well, that's important too. If he's going to be delivering for however many hours on a day, being able to at least have some quality time instead of being separated with a second job. Yeah, if you like trivia, road trivia or something like that, I'd have to look.
Road trivia?
Trivia? Yeah, something like that. Oh, the cat scared the dog. He's a coward. Alright, we got about 30 minutes or so left of this. I don't think we're going to get 10. I think we're going to be right under 10. Because I know we're going to have to go here and then all the way back over there. And I'm not going to, for those that know anything about the game, I'm not going to be parking them in an inn or anything. No rested XP, no heirlooms, nothing that's going to give it a boost. Just try and do it, as bare bones as possible. Oh, giant spider. Look away if you're afraid of him. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That one button's really going to change it all for me. Right now, pressing 2 or 3 buttons, it's exhausting. It's really making this unpleasant. Maybe I'll get a spender by then. I don't know. Will I get a spender? Let's look. Nope. I'm just smashing my builder the whole time. I do like your idea, though, Travis, of getting a going prot and throwing garbage can lids at dummies. Well, like I said, there's different topics, so if you know something a little bit more about a topic than he does, I'd recommend going there, because then you could look like a rock star. I think we were playing, and it was one of the more recent ones was Name That Country Singer. Didn't get it. I knew all the songs, just horrible with names.
Calendar,
What's he doing?
look at the food bowl.
Is he eating the dog food?
He's eating Skippy's food.
Oh, I wonder why he hasn't been feeling well. Hey, dude, knock it off. Or ignore me. That works too.
Skippy.
See you, man. What are you making for breakfast? Let me know before you go. We're shooting you a message. Appreciate you stopping by. Why am I fidgeting? Walking in place. The walking, well, my character's walking. Trying to get some steps in while I'm playing. It does look like I'm fidgeting, though. Good call. Alright. Do that. Do that. And then walk over there. Alright, we're walking all the way over here now. So we'll go up to the road. Nope, at the moment just walking in place. Didn't want to wait to get started until I got a walking pad, so figure it's better to start getting steps in now and then build into getting that kind of stuff later. I can either sit on my butt and twiddle my thumbs and hope I get something like that soon, or do it until. So that's the whole goal with this, is already doing something that's sedentary, make it a movement activity, and get started before I'm 100% ready. It's been a detriment to a lot of the stuff that I've done. It's just like, well, I'll wait until I get it exactly perfect. Yeah, appreciate you hanging out. Enjoy your swim. I would like one of the walking treadmills eventually. I've had one before, and I have a treadmill. The thing about it is it's just such a pain to try and do this setup over the big front of a treadmill. It was one of those things that was too complicated to start a habit doing, where every day before I'd have to put in like 20 minutes of just obnoxious stringing stuff, moving stuff. Too much effort ahead of time. I'm just not going to do it consistently. Right now I'm using the Shoelace Express. I got my tennis shoes on and I'm stepping in place. So nothing fancy, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I've been thinking about this concept for a while as well. So until I can get the other stuff, it's definitely better than just sitting here playing normal. So get started with what you got. That's really it. Currently at about, I'll let you know, about 5,600 steps so far. So not bad, when normally I would have gotten about 0 sitting here playing normal. So it's definitely better. Not perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect to do the thing, though. Yeah, same. If I could get the whole VR set up with one of those big walking pads, that stuff. They just don't make them my size yet. So I need to lose enough weight that I can fit on them, and I need them to be able to go to my height I was looking at some. First off, they're expensive, but I was looking at some. It's like, oh, the weight limit's like 300 pounds, so that's out. It supports people up to 6'4". That's out. So I really need the technology to catch up to me, because one size fits all is a myth. I would need 2 of them, one for each foot. I wonder if I could string that together somehow. Yeah, that would be cool though. I've seen people using them and it looks like a lot of fun, especially because you'd be able to do it with different types of games. This one would be easy, you're just walking, but I wanted to start with this specifically because I've been playing it for 20 years and I know it like the back of my hand. Plus you can auto walk, put your character in walk, and you can do it hands free. And here in 2 levels, I'll be able to do the 1 button. So it's very simple, good practice to start, but then eventually add in other things that I'm also playing, like War Dogs is coming out. Really interested in playing that. That'll be harder because I imagine this motion is going to be harder for, aiming and stuff. Need to get down to 155. Exactly, Alex, that's the goal. If you keep waiting for it to be perfect, you're never going to do the thing. 5'5", 230, need to get down to 155. Hey, you got this, man. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm down about 50 pounds from my heaviest. It's been start and stop. However, my main goal, at least for the next about month and a half, is to do everything that I can to improve my blood work. The weight loss is absolutely important, but it's more of a symptom and not the main issue. The main issue was being addicted to carbs, triglycerides skyrocketing, blood sugar skyrocketing. So my main goal is when I go back for my blood work in about a month and a half, get those numbers that I've been working on for the last 2 months exactly where they need to be, and then the weight's going to naturally come off too, doing the right stuff. So I got this standing desk probably about 3 or 4 years ago. So I don't know how much they are now. Then I probably spent about 200, 250 on it, but I got it mostly for work because I sit in front of a computer all day. And then as far as the walking treadmills, they can vary so much. The first one I got a while ago, and I had to return it because I did not like it. It said it supported up to 400 pounds, and at the time I was about 400 pounds. And it would, the track, when it would get going, you start getting tired, you'd kind of short step or stutter step, and it would stop. It would make you feel like you're going to fall. So I'm researching like what a higher quality one would be, but they can go anywhere from, a couple $100 to a bunch. Weights 3 times a week. Fix mine. That's 12 pounds. That's huge, man. Great start. Just lifting weights 3 times a week. Yeah, I want to get back into weightlifting. It's something that I did a bunch in college. I played college football, so I was in the gym a lot, but hasn't been something I've been consistent with. I'd like to get in there because you feel so much better after you lift and you get into it, but it's so easy to kind of fall off the wagon and then everything collapse around it. So I'm trying to add stuff back in piecemeal, make it a habit, because I'm the type that I'm going to start doing too much too quick and then it's going to fall apart, or I make it too difficult on myself, or I have too many guaranteed must-dos. So what I've really done recently to change my perspective on a lot of this is have a priority list. There's my non-negotiable, and that's the diet, right? Because again, the diet's what's going to move the needle on my blood work. The stepping and the walking and the exercise is all great, but it's going to be less of a priority because it's going to have less of effect. Diet, losing weight, 80% is done in the kitchen. So that's my priority. So my non-negotiables. And then as I start to add stuff like this, try to add it over the things that I'm going to do anyway and make them, instead of a negative or a neutral, just a little bit better. So playing a game for 2 hours, get up, walk in place while I do it, right? So trying to add stuff there. Eventually I'd like to add the weightlifting and stuff back, but it's going to be part of a process for me because I'm way too likely to do too much too quick. Well, if I was to run, my character would run, but I'm not gonna yet. I might get there eventually. But he's going to walk, I'm going to walk. I've played this game for 20 some years so far, and I've always thought about, if I moved and ran and fought as much as my character does, how fit I would be. So I was like, okay, I'll put him in walk, and I'll walk, and we'll see how many steps it takes to go from 1 to 10, 1 to 20, 1 to 90. See how long it takes, and then, that's something, like I said, I've had those conversations for 20 years. That's awesome. What are you hitting at the gym today? Well, the biggest thing that I did is, yes, I'm counting calories, trying to stay in a deficit, but I've also eliminated all carbs. I went full carnivore simply because I've done it before and I felt great doing it. I've been feeling significantly better, but I'm not, dogmatic about it. I'm not to say that I'm not going to add stuff like more ketovore or keto in the future. It's just I had a period of time to get as much improvement as I could on my blood work, and I know it worked for me. So I appreciate that third banana. I've been thinking about this for a year, so it was time to get started. Yeah, I am moving faster than him, maybe, but he's also swinging a giant hammer, so we're going to meet somewhere in the middle and call it square. I'm not really walking, so it's just, walking in place. So I don't know if it equates exactly step for step, but good enough to get started. Yeah. No, I would be 100% a hindrance in a dungeon or a raid group. I wouldn't be walking because I'd be waiting to be rezzed the whole time. I would be a nuisance. Wouldn't time very many keys with me, with me in the group. That would be fun though. Hit level cap, see if I can get a group of other people that want to walk through the dungeons together and just mosey dungeon runs. That'd be fun. All right, finally made it over to. So ultimately what I would like to do is if I could eventually get to the point where I had like a punching bag behind me when I'm fighting a character, fighting a mob, just swing a baseball bat or something at the punching bag, I think would be fun. But that's down the road a little bit. This is day one. We're adapting. We're going to grow along with it. Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna stand and start dancing on the jump on the mailbox asking for gold. Yeah, I mean that might be something when I hit level cap. Until then, I don't even know what server I'm on. I just picked a low population one where I wouldn't be bothered. I'd have to look, but it would be something to do then. Time walking dungeons, yeah, that'd be fun. I like that idea. All right. yeah, I laughed at it too. It's a good one. Time walking dungeons, game walkthroughs. The puns just write themselves, really. Nope, not going to get a mount, not going to use a Hearthstone, not going to rest in an inn. Just trying to do this as raw as possible. Don't need extra experience. I even put it on a new account so I didn't have the bonus experience for having max level characters that you get. So just trying to do it as raw as possible. If I can get through this in Modern WoW, which is, let's all be honest, leveling in Modern WoW is very simple. Hit level 10, get my one button rotation. I can pay even less attention to it. Then might try classic. That would be a lot longer, a lot further away. So there's a bunch of versions of this that I want to try. Plus, I'd like to do some stuff in the future with different games. Like War Dogs is coming out. I'm interested in doing that. There's horror games that would be pretty funny to walk through because I'm a coward and I would scream like a girl. And it might be dangerous to do on a walking pad, but we're going into spooky season, so that might be fun. And you never do know what somebody's doing in their house. This would take some explaining. Hey, that's a good point with the follower dungeons. Might need to add some of those. Probably after the original. This version of it is just going to be
questing the max level. I plan on sticking to the old Cataclysm content as long as possible before it makes me go there, just because I know this like the back of my hand, and it's really fairly simple. I appreciate that, Sander. Really means a lot. How do I do this? I got a standing desk, and I'm walking in place. I tried to make it the simplest version as possible, because if it's too difficult, I'm not going to do it. I tried this and had this concept for over a year, and I have my treadmill, and it was such a pain to set up because the standing desk had to be high enough. It's so far away, I can't really see the screen very well. I had to have the keyboard resting on a board across the treadmill thing, which was, too low to really use. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it really easy. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get started. I'm going to make improvements as I go. Make it a habit before I try to make it perfect. I don't know, man. I here's the thing. You might say you'd have to carry me in a raid, but think about it. I'm going to have no movement speed abilities, so I'm going to have extra talent. So I might actually be carrying other people. I'm going to be super OP, not having any divine steed, none of that stuff. All the best talents. You have my bow as well. That might have been the smarter thing to do, was get a range character so I don't have to walk as far. Right? Here I have to walk all the way up to him. I feel like a more civilian game. It might, and it probably will. It will be more because it's new, but the goal with this is to do something simple enough, and this is very, very simple, that I can reinforce the habit before I do too much. Yeah, it's bare bones, the minimum viable strategy for this. I'm the kind that overdoes it too quickly, so I needed to just get started before it was perfect. Hunter would be perfect. I'd have to come up with a name. This character's name is Palidometer, so Paladin Pedometer. Hunter, I'd have to think of something. Right now I'm level 8. Yep, level 8, Palidometer. So really hoping to get to level 10 for that one button. Make this a little bit easier for me. Let me take a look while he's standing. I'll stop while he stopped. We're at about 6,500 steps so far, so doing pretty good. 6,500 steps to almost halfway through level 8. Steppenwolf. Yeah, that's a good one. There was one, a friend of mine suggested it was heel to toe for a paladin. I thought that was clever. There's a lot of potential good puns. Let me go over here, grab this. I could run if I wanted to, but I ain't gonna. I'll shake this whole room. Someone did the math. That whole Eastern Kingdom is as big as Manhattan. Okay. Well, I'm here in the Midwest, so I have no perspective on how big. How many cornfields is that? I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been brewing in my head for, like I said, over a year. I've had the idea for 20, playing this game, how fit you could be if you actually moved as much as your character. But it was one of those things that it kept getting backburnered because I was waiting until it was perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Just do the thing. And that's where we're at. So today's day 1 on it. I really am curious because I'm going to calculate add up, not calculate, it sounds like I'm doing anything other than addition, all the steps to see how long it takes me to get to level cap. What's up, bro? What are you doing? I'm just, playing a game, walking when my character walks and see how long it takes, right? Trying to turn a sedentary habit that was either a negative or a neutral and turn it into something that's a little bit positive. Yeah, I plan on only doing this for about 2 hours a day. Simply for that reason. I don't need to overdo it. I also have other stuff I have to do, so I can't be walking for 5 hours at a time. I might do longer streams in the future, for stuff, but I think to start off, 2 hours of, positive motion a day is way more than I was doing before. So I should be able to, stick to that. Yep, my character's walking while I'm walking. I appreciate that, yeah. A 24-hour stream would be ridiculous. We're going to have to work our way up to that. As of today, I weighed in at 379.6 pounds, so about 50 pounds down from my heaviest. Don't want to walk too terrible far or start running at that weight. Just trying to get in a good amount of steps and see how I feel and slowly progress and add more. What's DDR? I appreciate that, Scuba Steve. Thanks, Very Lucky Gamers. I appreciate that. Oh, dance. Oh, yeah, well, it would be break ankle revolution for me. I appreciate that. You're all awesome. This is turning out more fun than I thought it would at first. It was wasn't sure if anybody think it was as cool as I did. Yeah, I don't think my knees. Plus, I'm not the most coordinated. Well, you know what? You can do it tomorrow. How far did you run? It's been a long time since I've ran, to just be honest. Well, see, that's cheating. I'd have to move 2 legs, so that's twice as much effort, right? I'm joking. Half of it was uphill. Dang, was it like a trail run? Like a hiking trail? Yep, if I was to run, I'd have my character run. So yeah, I am going to have a schedule. It's going to be, other than Tuesday and Thursday, those will be different, every morning at 8 a.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I have some commitments in the mornings, they're going to be evening from 8 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. So mornings most days, other than Tuesday, Thursday. Is it really? I haven't played that yet. I've heard there's a lot of crawling in it, so I don't know how I would... My desk only goes down so far. I have a group PT Monday. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've ran like that. I used to, when I was fit, I used to play college ball, so I was significantly more fit. And then what happens is you leave college and you keep eating like an offensive lineman and you take away all the exercise, and this is what happens. I'd like to do the fighting in real life. It'd be nice to eventually get like a punching bag behind me or something. Hit it with a baseball bat. If I could figure out how to sync that. I had a friend that said I should play Prot Pally and just start throwing trash can lids at stuff. It's an intimidation factor. Just walking up to a giant boss, hitting it with a hammer. Really need one button rotation because I'm not paying attention. I also don't even have a spender yet for my two-hander, so I really need to get level 10. Dude, that's awesome. Congrats. 50 pounds is huge. And 1,300 miles so far? Whew. Mage, but every time you cast, use a weighted bar as your stat. Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, it might work with one button to have some sort of a motion trigger. Right, yeah. I mean, movement's movement. Running, walking, I mean, sure, there's pros and cons, but I don't really feel the urge to run a half marathon or anything. Nope, nothing that fancy yet. Just no treadmill, no walking pad, just walking in place. This is the bare bones minimum. Didn't want to wait until everything was perfect to get started. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's one of those things that I've been overthinking it for a year, and if I would have started doing this a year ago, I'd be better off than I am now. So, it's the saying, when's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the second best time to plant a tree? Today. So we're planting the tree. Yeah, I probably do need to add some royalty-free music. The WoW soundtrack does slap pretty hard, though. I'll give you that. That's true. I actually have a fairly decent camera, so I'm starting better than I could. I haven't seen the Odyssey yet. No, I haven't seen a lot. It was my birthday this week, so we have a plan today. We're actually going as a celebration to the Brazilian steakhouse, and I'd like to go see The End of Oak Street. I'm a sucker for dinosaur movies. How many steps in? Let me take a look. 7,100. According to the pedometer in my pocket. Feels like it should be more, but I love a healer. Yeah, healer cues are nice. Yeah, I mean, I like tanking. I've never really been a huge fan of the healer in games. I did for a little bit, but I don't know. There's something about DPS. Just the machismo of it. Appreciate that, Alien Soko. I should actually pay attention a little bit to what I'm doing. I think I've walked back and forth more than I have needed to, but it is what it is. I'm going to go for about another 8 or so minutes, and that would put me at the 2-hour mark. But I'm back. I'm going to be every morning. Today was day 1. I was hoping to hit level 10 today, but I don't know how long things are going to take. Really interested to see how many steps it takes to get from 1 to 90. And then do it again with, maybe Classic and compare. Thanks, Gary. Really need a spender. Just using all this holy power for healing. I'm not going to be parking in a... Okay, I got too many animals walking around my feet. Not going to be parking in an inn or anything. We're going to do this without any kind of experience bumps. No Hearthstone. No flight paths. No mounts. Hardcore would be stressful. I mean, I don't even know what I'd play that I'd feel even remotely safe doing, because you could play something like a paladin, but you're just so slow. I don't know, that'd be rough. I think the next step would be a classic run, not hardcore. See how that feels, because if it's... got a cat screaming at me. See if that feels like it's even plausible. I mean, what would be the best class for a hardcore run like this? Wouldn't it be a melee? Might have to be something like a hunter. Something with a feigned death. Yeah, I'm thinking the same. I just need one more fin. Mage would be good. Frequent stops, then I get to stop and drink. Lock would be good. One more fin. None of them have them. Starting to feel like classic. Nothing with the drop rate. Let's whip a hammer. Yeah, Yeah. Well, that would be the what's it called? The hit training, right? Every 2 minutes, I run for 15 seconds. Interval training, whatever it's called. All right. Got a couple more minutes left. See if I can grab a couple more bundles of wood. Find some more bears. I appreciate that, Christopher. I'm trying to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday, so if I can do that, it's a win. Keep watching my feet because I have a Velcro dog that I'm trying not to step on. Yeah, if he was to run, I'd have to run. Luckily, he's not gonna. So we're gonna stick to walking, at least for now. Might be something that I do in the future where I do a run through. I mean, it depends. You can play this for free, until level 20. See if you even like it. Guild Wars 2. I've played it some. I played this significantly more, so I might be a little bit biased, but both are great games. I appreciate that, Toilet Tony. Yep, you can pay you can play it for free to 20. You can pay the $15 a month and you'll get access to everything but the new expansion stuff. And if you're playing at that point, then you could consider buying the expansion and playing to level cap. But, I mean, if you're talking a 3-day suspension, play for free to 20. See if you even like it. Get a bundle of wood and see if I can find a couple more bears and then call her for the day. Was having some stream trouble in the beginning, but I have to figure some of that stuff out. Didn't know what I didn't know, so working a little bit of a sweat up, which is good. Definitely better than outside. It's a little bit humid right here. Yeah, I've been playing since then too. It's changed a lot over, since the last 20 years, but all right. This is retail for now. Start off with the easy mode, add more difficulty with a classic run later. There's a bear. Let's go hit him. How do you like it so far? Since you just started playing. Alright, I'm going to finish this last quest, hit these last 2 bears, walk myself over near the quest giver, and then I'll probably call it there. Yeah, I've been playing it off and on for... I'm walking slow because my character's walking slow. When he's walking, I'm walking. Please appreciate that, Jer Bear. It's been an idea mulling around in my head. I've been waiting for it to be perfect for the last year. Decided it's better to start than be perfect, so I appreciate you saying that. Hey, watch out, bud. Go get this last bear. Call him the last one of the stream. Walk back over, park my guy. I mean, that would make it quicker, but I'm not running, so he's not running. It really is, yeah. I was going to play games anyway. I was going to be sitting on my butt for 2 hours. Figure, you know what? If I'm up walking while I do it, it makes my sedentary hobby something that's actually a little bit good for me. So that's the idea. I appreciate you, Levi. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's been something I've been thinking about for, the entire time I played WoW for over 20 years. You know, if I moved half as much as my character does in these games, running from, you know, mob to mob, swinging hammers, you'd be super fit. So why not try and do it a little bit? Yeah, I want to see day 23, day 30. I'm excited to see how long it takes. It's true. You end up finding yourself just flying circles around a main city for a while. I mean, I needed to get more steps in. Why does not just pair it with something I'm going to do anyway? You know, what do they say in Trailer Park Boys? Get two birds stoned at once? Oh, I'm eating carnivore, so we're actually doing a Brazilian steakhouse today for my birthday this last week, so working on that too, so I appreciate the insight. Yep, today's day one. Happy to have you here right from the beginning. Yeah, I've done the content so much. That's part of the reason I decided to start with this game, is because I know it like the back of my hand. It's changing mine too, my blood work. I'm excited to see it when it comes back in 40 days. 60 days ago it wasn't so great, and that's what made me start. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Everybody's born in August. It's wild. Yep, all you can eat Brazilian steakhouse. That's where we're going for lunch today, so that's why I'm going to be calling it here probably. My character stops. I stop. Let's see how many steps I got while doing this. So we're sitting at about 77.69. So it's better than if I was sitting on my butt for the last 2 hours. So yeah, I can't wait till I'm there for 2 years. I'll be feeling a lot better. I'm already feeling significantly better. So I appreciate you guys. Just to give you an update on my schedule, I'm going to be doing this every morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Central, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll be doing evening streams from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I have some morning commitments that are going to fall on those days. So I appreciate all of you. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. And if you're here tomorrow, I'd love to see you then. I'll check in with you guys then. All right. I'm going to try and figure out more of this streaming stuff. So bear with me as I learn to do this. So again, I appreciate all of you. I'll see you.